Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing my everyday makeup routine that I've been wearing a lot, especially this summer. I feel like I always struggle with making my makeup look really good for the whole time that I'm wearing it, especially during the summer just because it's so hot and I tend to get more oily than in the winter, so I need to be very particular about what I use in the summer. And I figured out a routine that works really good for me. I was doing this while I was in Mexico in July too, and it just helped my makeup last so good. It was like plus 35 and super humid over there, and my makeup would look good for at least like 8 hours. So I know I can trust this makeup. I've been using this Pond's Dry Skin Cream a lot. I love the texture of it. It feels really cooling on the skin, and a lot of older people who have really good skin, Pond's is always a constant in their routine. The only thing I don't love is the fragrance. Like I wouldn't care about fragrance, but my skin is kind of sensitive. So sometimes I can feel it getting irritated from the fragrance. And my eyes too. I have really watery eyes. And the fragrance just kind of irritates them, but it's whatever. I went to Mexico twice in the past 6 months, and now none of my foundations or anything matched. I have been using this sunscreen a lot, which is very visible. The packaging is very beaten up, and it absorbs really well under your makeup, so it doesn't make everything slide all over the place. Everything is kind of in a travel container, and I've been moving around a lot, so I don't really have anything in its original packaging because all my makeup is kind of designed for travel right now. So it says Fenty Beauty, but this is actually the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. So it's just a highlighter that broke and I put that in it. I have the full size, I just can't find it anywhere. That and my Huda Beauty powder, which I hope turns up soon. When I first got this Danessa Myricks powder, I wasn't really sure how to feel about it because I was like, it's really not that special. But the more I used it, the more I liked it. It was kind of advertised as a one and done kind of base routine, and I don't really think so. I feel like it makes a better primer than it does as on its own. It does even out your skin tone just a slight bit. For example, if I wanted to add a bit of coverage over here, I would just use this instead of foundation. Sometimes I like it, like for certain occasions, but for every day, especially when I need my makeup to look good the whole day, foundation just doesn't cut it because it's too much. So I've just been using this and it's been working out so much better. So I just like, if I need some coverage on my cheeks, like ever so slightly, I try not to wear makeup on around my forehead and over here, just because I don't know, I've been like in a less is more kind of vibe. Now I'm gonna go in with my concealer. So for concealer, these are my two options that I've been using. So this is the Lancome concealer. I really like this one. It does get a little bit dry for sure. It's not the most hydrating concealer, but it has pretty good lasting power. I've been also using this Guerlain Gold Skin Matte foundation as concealer because it is very matte, and I would never use it as foundation just because it is so matte. So, and it has really good coverage, so I feel like it works really good as concealer. A lot of foundations aren't like obviously formulated for that, so it doesn't work with everything. But a lot of matte foundations with like full coverage, like why not? Especially if it like works for you. Okay, so that's all the concealer I'm gonna put over there. And then I've just been doing a little bit around my mouth just to cover a bit of the hyperpigmentation. And now I either go in with my finger or one of these cushion foundation puffs. I really like the puffs from the powder foundations. For me, they work better than beauty blenders. I know cushion foundations aren't everyone's cup of tea. I do like them, but I don't think they have the best lasting power. But I do like them. I think they do look really make your skin look really pretty. But the puffs, even if you don't like cushion foundations, I would give the puffs a try just for like concealers and foundation, like your own, like whatever you like. I feel like it also helps not take away all the coverage that you add. I don't like to let my concealer sit for like, however, like a lot of people leave their concealer to sit for 2 to 3 minutes and then put a setting spray on top of it and then blend it out, and I feel like that's just too much work. I don't know, I'm really lazy. So, and when I'm on like vacation, I'm on the go. I don't want to take a million years, especially during the summer. Like I just want to get out and enjoy the day. So I don't want to like necessarily sit around and do my makeup for too long. I don't want to have so many different steps. I just want to be done with my makeup. And then I take whatever's left over and ever so slightly tap over my nose bridge just to kind of conceal everything, and then bring it down my cheeks a little so that there's not like a huge mark of indentation. Now for my powder, so I'm using this RCMA one today, but I really love the Huda Beauty one, but like I said, I lost it. I have like a little like travel container thing of it because I took it with me to Mexico, but I don't have the full size, so I have to buy that again. This RCMA powder is honestly really good too. It's really smoothing, doesn't make your makeup look cakey, and you get so much powder that like that would probably last the average human at least a year. A lot of makeup artists love it too, and I can see why. It is just so smooth. And I've been taking, instead of a powder puff, I've been taking a brush to tap in powder, and I can see why people do that more now. I did not really, I've tried it before, but I think you really just need the right brush. I stole this from my sister, but it's from Morphe. So this step is a little like unnecessary depending on how much coverage you want or need. And I go in with a powder foundation. So I've been really loving this Guerlain one. I got the Guerlain foundation and powder foundation together. This powder is supposed to last you really long because it's like a really finely milled, super pressed down powder. So I have found it. I've taken it to Mexico twice now, and I've been using it like pretty frequently, and I can still see the Guerlain like writing in the powder, so that's pretty good. But a drugstore one I really like too is this Maybelline Superstay powder. I've been using the shade 120 in that. I might go with this one today, the Maybelline one. I have a really tough time deciding, honestly. Both are good. But if I want something that I know will never fail me, that would be Guerlain. But this one's also really pretty. Especially when I use the RCMA powder. I love the Huda Beauty powder just because it's pigmented too. The RCMA powder is white, and it just makes you look so pale and kind of ghostly. No matter how much they say a powder's translucent, you still get that like little bit of shadow from the white, which just, I don't know, kind of annoys me. So I like to go over that with the powder foundation to take some of that chalkiness away. And I put the tiniest bit on the powder puff. I haven't really been setting around my mouth, but I guess I will. And then just run whatever is left over a little bit on your nose. Before, when I used to do this, when I would wear concealer only, I would do like the raccoon, like reverse raccoon eyes, and it would look really bad. But now I figured out how to not do that. You just have to blend down a little bit more. I have been doing not a lot of eye makeup. I've just been doing tubing mascara, and that's it. I've been loving the look of mascara only. I do love eyeshadow and glitter and all of that stuff, but I don't know, there's something just nice and refreshing when you only have mascara. I've been making the focal point of my makeup my lips just because it's super easy to reapply. and you don't have to worry about your lips caking up. Obviously your lip product will come off, but it's easy to reapply, which is nice. So that's just what I've been doing. And I've been really loving it. But like, look how much length that adds. Like, that's actually crazy. Now for my eyebrows, I'm just gonna brush out my eyebrows a little. I haven't been using any creams or pomades on my eyebrows because I feel like they do smudge a lot on me, at least throughout the summer, especially when you're walking around in the heat and you're getting sweat and like sunscreen and stuff and moisturizer in your eyebrows. And then all of that, like, I don't know, it's kind of gross, but it does tend to break up your makeup more easily on your eyebrows. So, but I find a powder does that way less because it just kind of absorbs the moisture. And then I just kind of take any brown eyeshadow, obviously not like the sparkly one, but I'm going to take this bottom one over here. I used to have this Urban Decay eyebrow powder that looked just like it, but this whole palette was $5. I also feel like I just kind of need to stick to thinner eyebrows because thicker eyebrows are just too much for my features. You just kind of have to figure out what works best for you. And that's it for my eyebrows. Now, blush, bronzer, and highlighter. I took out all my makeup products and put it in this palette when I was traveling, and now it just made my makeup so compact and easy to use. I love it so much. This is such a good hack for anyone, honestly. Like, I'm gonna go in with this bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula bronzer. But yeah, I have found that this has helped me in staying organized and keeping track of my products and what I've been using a lot. And then just has been such a time saver too, and it's so easy to do. So if you ever have time on your hands, do this. And then just a little bit. It looks crazy right now, but I'll fix it. I like to put bronzer where like low-key you're supposed to put your blush. And I think that just looks way better. I'm just gonna smooth it out a little bit with the same puff I used for my concealer. I've been really into cute little pinky light blushes. I'm usually more of like a peachy mauve kind of blush person, but I've been loving pink blush recently. This is the NYX Butter Blush or whatever it's called, and these are so insanely pigmented. They are fairly easy to blend out too, but they're just so pigmented that you have to be careful. Is in the shade Butter Together, and I think this is my favorite shade out of all of their blushes. I have a bunch of them. And then for highlighter, I'm going to be taking this Lottie highlighter in the shade Rose Gold. These ones are so pretty. They're super sparkly. And I know sparkly highlighters are not everyone's cup of tea, but I love them. And I just put a little bit. I haven't been using a lot of highlighter. I've been trying to keep it pretty, like just like a nice little dusting. So I'll just dust it so it looks accidental, like it looks natural. And that's it. I'm not going to be doing like inner corner highlight or anything like that, which super weird for me, but I accidentally did my makeup like that and then I ended up actually really liking it. So then that's when I stopped, at least for now. Like it's not like your makeup routine can't change, obviously. Next, I'm gonna go on to the lips. So like I said, the lips are the focus. I've always forget about Asian lipsticks and then I go back to them and I really enjoy using them. So I'm going back to this Etude Dear Darling Water Tint. So the reason I like to use this, I've been really liking a mauvey lip recently. So I'm just using this as my base just to kind of darken up the next couple shades that I'm going to be using. And then I just kind of like smudge it around. This has really good lasting power, so obviously throughout the day your lipstick is like the first thing to fade. When you wear this underneath, it leaves like a really nice tint. Over top of that, I'm going back to this Perry Para Ink Velvet lipstick in the shade 17. I love this shade. I think it's one of the best nudes ever. So on its own, this nude is like very, very light. But then when I put that tint underneath, it gives it a little more depth. Over top of that, I've been either going in with Nucademia or Bare Grape from Romand. These ones are so good too. I think today I'm going to do Bare Grape just to kind of make it more cool tone. I've also been going for, so I've been like really into diamond rings recently, and I've been going for silver rings a lot, which is so weird for me because I've been a gold girl like literally my entire life. But I think I was a silver hater for literally no reason. Like, silver's really pretty too. I got this East to West marquee, and I used to think that they were ugly. Literally used to think that East to West marquees were so ugly, but then I don't know, they just like all of a sudden I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I love them, I need to have one. And then I'm gonna take this super expired, super old, discontinued lip liner, but any brown lip liner is good. And I just like to add a bit of a line afterwards. I feel like when you overline after everything is done, then it looks a lot more natural. I think I'm just gonna take some bronzer or whatever's left over on the brush and just kind of go on the sides of my nose. But yeah, that's it for my makeup. This is a very natural look. It's not something I'd wear if I'm planning on taking pictures or anything like that, just because camera just won't do it justice. You need to go heavier. But this is good for those days where you just want your makeup to look really good in person. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.